Chapter 81. Swallowing of Blood. Su Zhe's blood energy had begun mending the wounds on his back, but full recovery would take more time. He turned around, exposing his injured back to Lin Shiqing. The red stains on his clothes were stark against the fabric. Lin Shiqing, distressed, hesitated before gently lifting his shirt, revealing the deep wounds beneath. Her hand flew to her mouth in shock, eyes widening at the long scars crisscrossing his back. "What kind of pain did you endure just now?" she whispered, trembling. Under the influence of his blood energy, the wounds began to close, healing visibly. "You see? It'll be fine soon," Su Zhe said calmly, his voice steady despite the lingering pain. Lin Shiqing's guilt surged. "When I held you down earlier, you should have pushed me away." Her voice was tinged with both regret and frustration. Raising her right hand, she summoned blood-red energy that shimmered like a flame against her pale skin. Carefully, she directed it towards Su Zhe's back, helping to mend the injuries. Together, their combined effort accelerated the healing process. The deep wounds faded, leaving only faint scars. "It's lucky I don't keep my nails long," Lin Shiqing murmured with a sigh. "Otherwise, it would have been so much worse." "Are you feeling better now?" she asked softly. "It's healed. Honestly, even without your help, it wouldn't have taken long to recover." Su Zhe's tone was reassuring, but Lin Shiqing shook her head. "The wound itself doesn't matter. It's the pain. And that's all my fault," she said, her guilt deepening. Su Zhe chuckled. "Pain is part of life, isn't it? If we're both hurting, let's endure it together. We're family after all, and someday, when we're old and frail, we'll even lie side by side in the same coffin." Lin Shiqing rolled her eyes, lightly smacking his arm. "Nonsense. Who wants to share a coffin with you? Stop talking about such unlucky things." Despite her scolding, a smile tugged at her lips. Su Zhe grinned and pulled her into an embrace. Her body was soft and warm, and her presence soothed him. "See? It's all over now. Your bloodline has improved, and I earned another chance at the lottery. It's a win-win for both of us." Lin Shiqing relaxed in his arms, resting her head on his shoulder. "You're right. It's all over," she murmured, her voice carrying relief. After a moment, she asked, "By the way, have you used your lottery draw yet?" "Not yet. I was too focused on your advancement earlier," Su Zhe replied. "Now's a good time to try." "Then let's do it," Lin Shiqing exclaimed, sitting up eagerly. Clasping her hands together, she closed her eyes and began whispering a hopeful prayer. "Please let Zhibao get something amazing." Hearing her use the nickname Zhibao, Su Zhe chuckled, amused. "This woman could be too adorable sometimes." "Did you know I have a secret ritual for lottery draws?" he said, teasingly. Lin Shiqing tilted her head, curious. "What kind of ritual?" Su Zhe grinned, pulling out his phone. With a few taps, a festive tune filled the air. "What's this?" Lin Shiqing blinked, recognizing the cheerful melody. "This is Good Luck Comes. It's a must-play song for anyone drawing lotteries in mobile games. True believers swear by its power," Su Zhe explained with mock seriousness. Lin Shiqing laughed. "I used to play a lot of those games too, last year actually, but I never used this song." "Ah, then you were missing out. No wonder your luck wasn't great," Su Zhe joked. Lin Shiqing shrugged. "Luck wasn't a problem. If I wanted something, I just recharged until I got it." Su Zhe froze. "Wait, are you telling me you just paid your way through?" "Of course. Why waste time hoping when you can just buy what you want?" she replied matter-of-factly. Su Zhe sighed, shaking his head. Rich people's gaming habits are on a whole other level. Ignoring his banter, Lin Shiqing smiled. "So, are you going to draw now?" "Let's do it." With a festive tune playing in the background, Su Zhe tapped the button. A flash of golden light filled the screen. "Golden glow! That's a good sign," he exclaimed. "Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the skill. Blood devouring." Excited, Su Zhe clicked the details panel. Blood devouring. Absorb the blood essence of other vampires with a 50% efficiency rate, retaining all power without loss. The purer the blood essence, the greater the enhancement to the user's strength, which is converted into attribute points. Su Zhe's eyes sparkled. This skill was extraordinary, an efficient way to grow stronger while conserving resources. He glanced at his stats. Host Su Zhe. Power, 122. Spirit, 124. Speed, 123. Defense, 120. Skills, time stop, elementary, vampire transformation, blood devouring. Not bad, Su Zhe murmured, admiring the new addition to his core skills. This skill seems powerful, Lin Shiqing said after he explained it to her. With it, you can absorb other vampires' essence without waste, which should boost your strength significantly. Su Zhe nodded but felt a pang of frustration. The problem is, as third-level vampires, we're still too weak. Even with this skill, we'll need to train harder to match the Western vampires. Lin Shiqing placed a reassuring hand on his arm. One step at a time, Zhibao. You'll get there. Her words steadied him. Su Zhe clenched his fists, determination blazing in his eyes. If they wanted to clear the name of Eastern vampires, they had to become strong enough to stand at the pinnacle. Chapter 82. The Free and Easy White Cherry Blossoms. Su Zhe had made a firm decision. Only Lin Shiqing could know about the system. He would never reveal its existence to anyone else. Previously, he had reassured Lin Shiqing because her role as a key participant in the system's tasks made her a direct beneficiary. The system's existence would ultimately bring her great advantages. The system had a clear requirement. Lin Shiqing was its designated task partner. Without her trust, Su Zhe couldn't continue. Honesty was non-negotiable if he hoped to maintain their relationship and keep moving forward. When the two Western vampires attacked, Su Zhe had no choice but to use the time stop ability. Without explaining the system, there would be no logical way to justify the skill's existence. Lin Shiqing's trust was vital to achieving his goals. Over time, their relationship had deepened, becoming a blend of reliance and something more. Su Zhe believed that confiding in her about the system was the right decision. However, the recent enhancement of Lin Shiqing's blood purity posed a potential threat. If other vampires, or worse, her parents, discovered this, it would lead to endless trouble. For now, suppressing the fluctuations in her blood energy was the simplest solution. Both Su Zhe and Lin Shiqing were still in the early stages of their growth. Without the power to protect themselves, they had to proceed cautiously. But Su Zhe was determined. Qingbao, he said seriously, using his affectionate nickname for her. You must hide your bloodline. If others discover it, we'll face unending danger. Lin Shiqing nodded. As a literature major, she understood the idiom. A man's wealth is his ruin by causing others greed. She smiled reassuringly. I understand. Don't worry. Su Zhe trusted her more than anyone. It wasn't that he doubted his family, but the truth of their current situation would be too much for them to handle. When we're stronger, we'll hunt the Western vampires and uncover the truth, Su Zhe said solemnly. My strength will grow faster that way. Lin Shiqing raised a hand to emphasize her point. Promise me you'll prioritize your safety above all else. Don't act recklessly. Su Zhe chuckled. Of course, I'm not that impulsive. At the Lin Group building, Yihui scanned the report in his hands while Zhou Xueming, his assistant, stood nearby, stealing glances at him. Why does Mr. Yi seem so irritable today? She wondered. Not long ago, Yihui had been spending a lot of time with Bai Ying, but now he seemed distant. He used to send Zhou Xueming to deliver documents to Bai Ying, but lately, he'd been handling everything himself. Did they have a falling out? Zhou Xueming tapped the folder in her hands, her pale fingers drumming rhythmically, until Yihui finally looked up. This plan is detailed enough. Let's move forward with it, Yihui said coolly. Understood, Mr. Yi, Zhou Xueming replied. At that moment, Bai Ying strode into the office, her steps quick and confident. Yihui, I need to talk to you, she announced. Recognizing the situation, Zhou Xueming smiled tactfully. I'll leave you two to it. She exited the room and closed the door behind her. Yihui looked at Baiying expectantly. What is it? I'm here to say goodbye. I'm returning to my clan, Baiying said lightly. Yihui raised an eyebrow. Really? I didn't think you'd leave so suddenly. Baiying laughed. You rejected me. Why would I stay? Does the clan head know? Did he approve? Of course. I told him we couldn't work out, and he let me go, Baiying said with a small smile. Well, leaving might be best, Yihui replied, his tone neutral. Their values had never aligned. For Baiying, intimacy was a casual indulgence. For Yihui, it was sacred, reserved for someone he truly loved. Their differences made their relationship untenable. Before leaving, Baiying added, the clan had wanted me to stay, but I refused. Treat what happened between us as nothing more than a dream. Yihui frowned. Don't you feel empty chasing nothing but physical thrills? Baiying grinned. We're different, Yihui. You won't change me, and I won't change you. It's that simple. With that, she left, her figure radiating a carefree aura. There would be no future meetings, no shared stories. Just as Baiying reached the door, she turned back. If you ever change your mind, you know where to find me. Oh, and your assistant, Zhou Xueming, she likes you. Either let her down gently or give her a chance. The choice is yours. By the way, this whole thing feels like a love triangle, doesn't it? Baiying's laughter echoed as she disappeared. Yihui sat in silence for a long moment before her words sank in. Could Zhou Xueming really have feelings for me? He thought. Shortly after, Yihui's phone buzzed. It was Lin Xiaohua. Yihui, I heard Baiying left. Is that true? Yes, she just left, Yihui replied. Lin Xiaohua chuckled. No worries. Our clan has many beautiful blood servants. I'll find you another match. Yihui quickly protested. Please, Patriarch, there's no need to rush. I'd like to take my time before considering someone else. Blind dates are like this. It's normal not to get it right the first time, Lin Xiaohua replied jovially. Still, Yihui insisted. Let's revisit this later. I truly appreciate your kindness, but I need a break. After a pause, Lin Xiaohua relented. Fine. We'll talk more when I return in a couple of days. Thank you, Patriarch. Hanging up, Yihui leaned back in his chair, exhaustion washing over him. He couldn't remember the last time he'd truly rested. Closing his eyes, he let sleep take him, the weight of his responsibilities momentarily forgotten. Chapter 83. The Painful Chocolate Cake Attempt. First, beat an egg in a bowl, add some fine sugar and start mixing. Then slowly add in some low-fat flour and cocoa powder, continuing to mix thoroughly. Su Zhe narrated his steps aloud, his hands working steadily. He was making a chocolate cake. Earlier, when Lin Shiqing advanced in her bloodline abilities, he promised her a chocolate cake to celebrate. Now, he had no choice but to deliver on that promise, even though he had no idea how to bake one. All the instructions he was following came from a quick online search. He was aware that any mistake could ruin the cake. With no prior baking experience, Su Zhe was exceptionally cautious, methodically following each step as if it were a delicate operation. In the adjacent room, Lin Shiqing eagerly awaited the outcome. How's it going in there? Su Zhe had kept her from entering the kitchen, and she found it both amusing and suspicious. She wondered if he was up to some trickery. After all, Su Zhe had boasted that he was skilled at baking. In truth, he didn't want Lin Shiqing to see him looking up baking tutorials, as it would ruin the expert image he had tried to maintain. It's almost done. Just give me a little more time, Su Zhe called out, his voice betraying his nervousness. As he placed the cake batter into the oven, he couldn't help but feel a surge of anxiety. This was his first attempt, and he hoped it wouldn't end in disaster. He set the timer for an hour and stepped out of the kitchen. Why so secretive? Lin Shiqing teased, slightly annoyed. You won't even let me take a peek. Su Zhe grinned sheepishly. I just do better when I'm alone. An hour later, Su Zhe returned to the kitchen and retrieved the cake from the oven. To his relief, it had risen and looked quite good. He garnished it with a drizzle of chocolate sauce and a few cherries, creating a visually appealing dessert. Despite his distaste for sweets, Su Zhe had learned that Lin Shiqing adored them because they made her happy. She once explained, citing scientific studies, that sweet foods could boost hormones like dopamine, which made people feel joy and excitement. Though skeptical, Su Zhe had to admit that her enthusiasm was infectious. When Su Zhe brought the cake to the table, Lin Shiqing clapped her hands in delight. "It looks amazing. I hope it tastes as good as it looks." "Trust me, it'll be great," Su Zhe assured her confidently. However, as Lin Shiqing took a bite, her face contorted in pain. The excessive cocoa powder made the cake unbearably bitter. "Su Zhe, this is awful. Are you trying to poison me?" she exclaimed, reaching for a glass of water. Su Zhe panicked, quickly handing her water. After several rinses, Lin Shiqing regained her composure, though her trust in his baking skills had clearly diminished. "I think I've been too trusting," she said with a wry smile, biting into another piece as if daring him to do better next time. Feeling apologetic, Su Zhe promised, "I'll practice more. I swear it'll be better next time." "I'll make you taste it first next time, just to be safe," Lin Shiqing declared, still recovering from the bitter experience. "I did wonder why the batter looked so dark," she added, shaking her head at the memory of the overly bitter taste. She suspected she might lose her love for chocolate cake after this. Su Zhe sighed. "I'll get it right eventually." The following morning, Lin Shiqing suggested they visit Su Hongmei, the elderly woman who made sweet-scented osmanthus cakes and was also Su Zhe's landlord. "I remembered the osmanthus cake buried in the old villa's ruins. I want to have it again. Let's go find Grandma Su," Lin Shiqing proposed. Su Zhe nodded. "Sure, it's been a while since we visited her." As the National Day holiday approached, many of their friends shared travel plans, but Su Zhe wasn't inclined to join in. His primary concern was protecting Lin Shiqing from the lurking threat of Western vampires, which had infiltrated the region. Despite his desire to travel and enjoy time with her, safety came first. Lin Shiqing borrowed her mother's red Maserati Ghibli for their outing. Lin Wen, her mother, had grown fond of Su Zhe, appreciating his genuine care for her daughter. Before leaving, Lin Shiqing tenderly spoke to Xiaofan, a small spider she kept as a pet. "I'll be back soon. Be good, okay?" Su Zhe watched, amused at how the spider seemed to understand her. He wondered if giving Xiaofan a taste of his blood would enhance its abilities. The idea intrigued him, hinting at the possibilities of strengthening their bond even further. Chapter 84. Lin Shiqing's driving skills. The roaring wind outside the car windows jolted Su Zhe back to reality. He glanced at the speedometer and instantly tensed up. Lin Shiqing was at it again, racing. On the Ring Expressway, the needle had shot past 200 kilometers per hour. "Good grief, miss. The speed limit here is 100. You're doubling that like it's nothing. Are you trying to give me a heart attack?" Su Zhe had always known Lin Shiqing had a penchant for speed. Back in the neon-lit days of their youth, she had raced the spoiled rich kids who pestered her, reaching speeds that bordered on insanity, nearly 300 kilometers per hour. It wasn't just driving, it was practically flying. Although her skills behind the wheel were undeniable, Su Zhe couldn't shake the creeping unease as the car weaved through traffic, overtaking vehicle after vehicle in quick, calculated bursts. "You're saying I should go faster?" Lin Shiqing teased, her mischievous grin widening. "Wait, that's not what I—" Before he could finish, her foot slammed on the accelerator, and the car surged forward, the world outside blurring into a dizzying streak of colors. Su Zhe groaned in resignation, watching the scenery zip past at an alarming rate. Despite his concerns, he knew one thing. Even if there was a crash, neither of them would likely die. Their vampiric regeneration and resilience had long surpassed human limits. At worst, they'd lose the car. The Maserati eventually reached its top speed of 260 kilometers per hour, refusing to go any faster. Lin Shiqing sighed in mild disappointment. Looks like it's time to invest in a better car. This one doesn't quite cut it. Su Zhe raised an eyebrow. Her casual remark sparked a fleeting thought. Maybe he should try driving a sports car someday. It could be fun, though he'd have to think about it later. Fortunately, Lin Shiqing wasn't reckless. After exiting the expressway, she gradually eased off the gas, bringing them back to safer speeds. Soon, they arrived at their destination, a quiet courtyard community near the city's steel factory. Su Zhe immediately recognized the familiar surroundings. This was where Su Hongmei, his college landlady, lived. Memories of those 2 years came flooding back. As they walked toward the gate, Su Zhe greeted the elderly residents gathered outside. Grandpa Li, Grandpa Wang, Grandma Zhang, it's been a while. Lin Shiqing, holding onto his arm, became an instant focal point. Her presence didn't just catch attention. It turned heads. Xiao Su, long time no see. You haven't aged a day, kid. If anything, you're looking younger. He's got that youthful energy, doesn't he? Their smiles quickly shifted to Lin Shiqing. Judging by her confident posture and her grip on Su Zhe's arm, assumptions flew. This must be his girlfriend, whispered one. She's driving that luxury car from before, isn't she? Lucky boy, murmured another. Lin Shiqing maintained her composure, offering a polite smile. She had changed over time, shedding some of her cold demeanor for a softer, more approachable attitude. As they walked away, the elders erupted into quiet chatter behind them. Did you see that? She actually smiled. I always thought she had a frozen face, but that smile. She's stunning. Far ahead, Lin Shiqing's lips twitched. Enhanced vampiric senses meant she heard every word, loud and clear. Su Zhe chuckled. Facial paralysis? Huh? Is there something I don't know about? Her eyes narrowed into a sharp glare before she playfully jabbed him with her fist. Do you have a death wish? Easy, easy. Su Zhe laughed, raising his hands in mock surrender. But seriously, they're right. You look amazing when you smile. You should do it more often. Lin Shiqing snorted. If you stop annoying me, I'll think about it. But cross me, and we'll see who's smiling then. They shared a laugh as they climbed the stairs to Su Hongmei's apartment. When the door opened, a warm, familiar voice greeted them. Xiao Su, Su Hongmei exclaimed, her eyes lighting up before landing on Lin Shiqing. And your classmate. No, wait. You're not just classmates anymore, are you? Su Zhe beamed. You're right, Grandma Su. This is my girlfriend, Lin Shiqing. Shiqing, what a lovely name. Inside the modest apartment, the comforting aroma of sweet-scented osmanthus cakes filled the air. Lin Shiqing's eyes lit up as she spotted the treats on the table. You mentioned liking them last time, so I made another batch. Take some with you when you leave, Su Hongmei said warmly. Lin Shiqing's heart swelled with gratitude. Thank you so much, Grandma Su. But wasn't it a lot of trouble to make these? Su Hongmei waved her hand dismissively. It keeps me busy. Besides, it's worth it to see you smile. For the next 2 hours, the three of them sat together, chatting and reminiscing. Su Hongmei's laughter filled the room as she teased the couple. Xiao Su, you're lucky to have found such a beautiful, kind-hearted girl. Of course, Su Zhe said with mock arrogance, earning a sharp pinch from Lin Shiqing. Despite the pain, he couldn't help but smile. As they prepared to leave, Su Hongmei stood at the door, her eyes filled with reluctant affection. Come visit again soon, okay? And study hard. You're the future of this country. Her simple, heartfelt words touched both of them. They promised to return, waving goodbye as they stepped out into the cool evening air. Chapter 85. The White-Haired Elegance. The movie was awful, someone grumbled. Agreed, that plot was embarrassing, another chimed in. Next time, we should check reviews before deciding, a third remarked. 6 friends strolled out of the theater, their eclectic group drawing glances from passers-by. Among them were 2 boys, one tall and lanky, the other short and stocky, and 4 distinctly different girls. A charming Lolita, a bookish girl in glasses, a stylish Korean model trainee, and a composed yet cold beauty. The boys, meanwhile, were the subject of jealousy, especially as boyfriends yanked their wandering gazes back to their own partners. The Lolita was none other than Yi Shinner, dressed in a playful Lolita-style outfit that complemented her innocent, round eyes and soft, baby-fat cheeks. Beside her was Gu Shuyi, the bespectacled intellectual whose outwardly reserved demeanor masked a spirited, fandom-obsessed soul. Then there was Choi Xiaoxi, a budding Korean trainee with a penchant for fashion. Her cropped t-shirt and denim shorts showcased her toned physique, exuding confidence. Finally, there was Lin Shiqing, a striking woman with an icy aura. Clad in sleek black, her sharp features and dignified posture made her presence magnetic. She clung to Su Zhe's arm, her cool demeanor softened by her affection for him. Zhang Zilin, the shorter boy, held Gu Shuyi's hand with an air of triumph. His contentment made nearby onlookers seethe with envy. The group had left the theater midway through a disappointing comedy. Now they debated their next move. "Shinner, we're all paired up here. When are you going to introduce us to your boyfriend?" Choi Xiaoxi teased with a mischievous grin. Yi Shinner blinked, caught off guard. "He's busy." "No one's too busy for their girlfriend," Choi Xiaoxi countered. Yi Shinner fumbled for an explanation. "Well, maybe next time. Besides, isn't it better that I'm here to keep you company? Otherwise, you'd be the only one without a partner." The group erupted into laughter. "What should we do next?" Lin Shiqing asked, glancing at Su Zhe. Su Zhe smiled, recalling her wish to dye her hair. "Why not go to the salon? You mentioned wanting to try a new color." Lin Shiqing hesitated, but Yi Shinner and Choi Xiaoxi were immediately enthusiastic. "Yes, you'd look amazing with a new style," Yi Shinner encouraged. "Totally. With your looks, you can pull off anything," added Choi Xiaoxi. After some persuasion, Lin Shiqing relented. "All right, let's do it." The group headed to a luxurious salon in Shengling Plaza, the city's busiest shopping center. The establishment's sleek decor and bustling atmosphere were a testament to its popularity. "Ms. Lin, welcome back," the manager greeted as they entered, ushering Lin Shiqing to the VIP section. Customers waiting their turn looked on enviously, but knew better than to protest. Lin Shiqing browsed through an array of hair colors with Heather, the salon's top stylist. The options were dazzling, from soft platinum to subtle ash tones. After much deliberation, she chose champagne gray, a refined hue with a silvery undertone that promised sophistication. Su Zhe and the others unanimously approved the choice. As Lin Shiqing settled into the stylist's chair, Su Zhe sat nearby, imagining the transformation. "My girlfriend's about to become a white-haired goddess," he thought with a grin. Indeed, Lin Shiqing's poised beauty combined with the ethereal new hair color would make her presence even more striking. A simple change, yet one that felt monumental. This was the start of something fresh, an emblem of their shared journey forward. Chapter 86. Leave it to me to wash your hair. From now on, Heather's reputation as a top-tier hair colorist was well-earned. In the entire brown hair salon, her skills were unmatched, and she held a prominent position. At this moment, she was preparing to wash Lin Shiqing's hair. Heather, a striking Chinese-English mix, had defined features that gave her a distinctly European look. Her medium-length wavy hair added an artistic flair to her appearance. As the warm water cascaded over Lin Shiqing's head, Heather reached out, ready to start, but Lin Shiqing stopped her. "Su Zhe, come here and wash my hair," she said, her voice firm yet playful. Su Zhe blinked in surprise. "Me? But I'm not a professional. Washing hair doesn't require professional skills. Just do it the way you wash your own," Lin Shiqing replied, a hint of exasperation in her tone. Heather stepped back with a smile. "Go ahead. Your girlfriend's beautiful." "Thank you," Su Zhe replied with a polite smile before taking the showerhead from Heather. Despite Heather's appealing looks, Lin Shiqing still far outshone her in his eyes. Standing beside Lin Shiqing, Su Zhe looked down at her. This vantage point offered a different perspective. Even from this angle, Lin Shiqing was stunning, flawless in every way. He found himself momentarily mesmerized. "What are you staring at? Get on with it," Lin Shiqing urged, feeling self-conscious under his gaze. Snapping out of his daze, Su Zhe nodded. "Right. Sorry." He adjusted the shower head's temperature, testing it with his hand before gently pouring water over her hair. "Is this temperature okay?" "It's fine," Lin Shiqing murmured, her eyes closing as she reclined on the shampoo bed. Su Zhe began to massage her scalp, taking his time before applying shampoo. Although unnecessary, vampires didn't produce dandruff or oil. Lin Shiqing seemed to enjoy the sensation. Her soft hum of contentment filled the room, catching the attention of everyone present. The VIP area was quiet, with only Heather and a few others around. Lin Shiqing's hum, soft as it was, carried through the space. Unfazed, Su Zhe continued his gentle massage, secretly enjoying the sound. He thought to himself, "It sounds nice. I'd like to hear more of this in the future." The soft moan of a girl like Lin Shiqing was enchanting, even captivating. The massage stretched to nearly 10 minutes, leaving everyone else in the room stunned. Gu Shu leaned toward Zhang Zilin, whispering, "It feels like we're watching a romantic drama." Zhang Zilin nodded in agreement, and the two launched into a discussion about shoujo anime. Nearby, Cui Xiaoxi and Yi Xin'er exchanged bemused glances, further solidifying their impression that everything could be related to the second dimension. Heather, unbothered by the delay, lounged on a nearby chair, scrolling through his phone. As a top stylist, she wasn't worried about efficiency. Serving a high-profile client like Lin Shiqing ensured he earned more in one session than many others did in a week. Lin Shiqing eventually opened her eyes, gazing up at Su Zhe with mild suspicion. "Aren't you supposed to shampoo my hair by now?" Su Zhe, jolted from his reverie, chuckled sheepishly. "All right, sorry about that." He gathered some shampoo, working it into a lather before applying it to her hair. "From now on, leave it to me to wash your hair," he added, as if it were a solemn vow. Touched by his offer, Lin Shiqing smiled, appreciating the gesture. Su Zhe, ever attentive, rinsed her hair thoroughly and applied a conditioning treatment as Heather had advised. With the hair washing done, Su Zhe retreated to the rest area, observing as Lin Shiqing's hair dyeing process began. Dyeing her hair champagne gray required several rounds of bleaching and coloring, a process that tested his patience. As time passed, Cui Xiaoxi and Yi Xin'er, bored, struck up a conversation with Su Zhe. "Do you usually eat with Lin Shiqing? What is she like?" Yi Xin'er asked, curious. Su Zhe considered before answering. "She eats just about anything. She's not picky." "Really? We haven't had dinner with her yet," Cui Xiaoxi remarked. "She prefers eating alone," Su Zhe said, smiling. Satisfied, Cui Xiaoxi nodded. Yi Xin'er, ever inquisitive, leaned closer. "How did you and Lin Shiqing meet? How did you get together?" Caught off guard, Su Zhe hesitated. He couldn't exactly explain that they were both vampires. Thankfully, Cui Xiaoxi intervened, scolding Yi Xin'er for being nosy. Su Zhe observed the group, noting their dynamics. Cui Xiaoxi was intelligent and rational, while Yi Xin'er was more naive and childlike. As he glanced over at Zhang Zilin, he noticed him engaged in an animated discussion with Gu Shui, her delicate features and stylish accessories catching Su Zhe's eye. It seemed Zhang Zilin was quite lucky in many aspects of life, except perhaps when it came to drawing cards. Reflecting on Zhang Zilin's recent good fortune, Su Zhe mused, it must be the law of conservation of luck at work. Chapter 87. First Taste of Speed. After 3 hours of waiting, Lin Shiqing's transformation was complete. Her hair, now dyed in a sleek champagne gray, shimmered like liquid silver under the light. Beside her, Heather had also finished her newly trimmed, shoulder-length hair perfectly framing her delicate features. "What do you think? Does it need any more adjustments?" Heather asked, tilting her head. "Nope, it's perfect," Lin Shiqing replied, admiring the results with a satisfied nod. The change was striking. The champagne gray color wasn't overly white. It carried a soft metallic sheen that complemented Lin Shiqing's ethereal beauty. Su Zhe found himself staring, utterly captivated. "This color suits you perfectly," Su Zhe said without hesitation, his voice tinged with admiration. Lin Shiqing turned on her heel, showing off her new look to the group. "Well," she asked, her gaze falling on Su Zhe first. "It's amazing," he said earnestly. The others chimed in with enthusiastic agreement, and Lin Shiqing exhaled in relief. She had worried the bold choice might not suit her, but now she felt confident. The silvery hue made her skin appear even more luminous, giving her a soft, rosy radiance. Su Zhe thought to himself how incredibly lucky he was. This woman, who looked like she'd stepped out of a dream, was his. As the group dispersed, Lin Shiqing slipped her arm through Su Zhe's. "Let's go," she said, her scent light and fragrant as she leaned close. They waved goodbye to the others. Cui Xiaoxi and Yi Xin'er headed back to school, while Gu Shuyi and Zhang Zilin disappeared into nearby shops, bonding over their shared obsession with anime merchandise. On the drive back to the Lin family villa, Lin Shiqing handed Su Zhe the keys. "Your turn," she said, sliding into the passenger seat. It was his first time hitting the road since getting his driver's license. Su Zhe, who hadn't practiced much, felt a mix of nerves and excitement. On the expressway, he drove cautiously at first, maintaining a steady 60 to 70 miles per hour. "Are you serious?" Lin Shiqing teased, her tone playful. "At this rate, we'll be overtaken by bicycles. Can't you go faster?" Su Zhe smirked at her taunt. "Oh, so you want speed? Fine, hold on tight." Lin Shiqing's eyes sparkled. "Show me what you've got." With a confident grin, Su Zhe stepped on the accelerator. The car responded instantly, its engine growling as it surged forward. The speedometer climbed past 100, then 150 miles per hour. The sensation of speed was exhilarating. The wind roared outside the windows, and the highway blurred into streaks of gray and green. Su Zhe felt a newfound thrill in controlling the powerful machine. "So this is why you love racing," he said, his voice steady despite the velocity. Lin Shiqing, who was used to being behind the wheel, found herself enjoying the passenger seat for a change. She marveled at Su Zhe's focus and smooth handling of the car. "Not bad for a first-timer," she said with a grin. By the time they reached the Lin family villa, Su Zhe was hooked. The rush of speed had lit a fire in him. As Su Zhe parked the car in the garage, a familiar figure emerged from the shadows. Lin Xiaohua stood with his arms crossed, watching them with an unreadable expression. "Dad!" Lin Shiqing called surprised. "What are you doing out here?" "I heard you were out, so I thought I'd wait for you," Lin Xiaohua replied. His eyes flicked to her hair. "New color, huh? Blonde wasn't good enough?" "It's called a change, Dad," Lin Shiqing said with a playful roll of her eyes. "What do you think?" Lin Xiaohua inspected her critically, then broke into a rare smile. "It suits you. My daughter looks stunning as always." "Thanks, Dad." Lin Xiaohua's gaze shifted to Su Zhe, who stood slightly behind, looking both confident and cautious. "And you, young man," Lin Xiaohua said, stepping closer. "You haven't been giving my daughter any trouble, have you?" "Of course not," Su Zhe replied, standing straighter. "I treat her like a queen. She's my everything." Lin Xiaohua's brow quirked. "Oh, you're everything? You mean you're ready to put her in your mouth and keep her safe there too?" Su Zhe froze, realizing the double meaning. No, that's just a metaphor," he stammered. Lin Xiaohua laughed, clapping Su Zhe on the shoulder. "Relax. I'm just messing with you. I like seeing you squirm." To Su Zhe's surprise, Lin Xiaohua's stern demeanor had softened over time. The man who once felt unapproachable now seemed more relaxed and approving. Inside, Lin Shiqing's mother, Lin Wen, greeted them warmly. Her surprise at her daughter's new look quickly turned to admiration. "You look trendy," she said. That evening, the family shared a meal together. The atmosphere was lively and warm, with laughter filling the air. After dinner, Lin Xiaohua stood and beckoned to Su Zhe. "Let's head to the basement. It's time for some training," he said with a knowing smile. Su Zhe nodded, ready to take on the next challenge. Chapter 88. a gift from the father-in-law. Su Zhe raised his hand slightly, a crimson orb of energy condensing within his palm. The orb grew steadily, expanding to the size of a basketball before he hurled it toward the reinforced blast wall before him. Boom! A thunderous explosion echoed through the space, sending dust swirling into the air. When the dust settled, a visible hole marred the previously impenetrable surface. Lin Xiaohua observed with raised eyebrows. Your energy ball can pierce through now. That's not bad. Su Zhe nodded modestly. Just a small improvement. In truth, he had only used 20% of his strength, equivalent to the upper limit of an ordinary first-tier blood servant. If he pushed harder, it might raise suspicion. He had already planned his approach. Once he advanced to Baron rank, he would reveal his full strength. At that level, he would surpass Lin Xiaohua's abilities. If questioned, he could offer plausible explanations, but by then, Lin Xiaohua would have little ground to object. For now, caution was key. How about your progress with the blood flames and blood beams? Lin Xiaohua inquired. They're coming along, Su Zhe replied. It feels like once you master one form of attack, the others follow naturally. Lin Xiaohua nodded approvingly. You've grasped the core principle. Blood energy techniques aren't separate skills. They're all about manipulating the same force. Once you gain proficiency with one, it's much easier to learn the others. It's all about control and precision. He demonstrated by conjuring a blade of pure blood energy in his hand. The sword radiated a fierce, crimson glow, exuding a menacing aura. Su Zhe instinctively stepped back, his instincts warning him of the immense danger radiating from the weapon. Lin Xiaohua smirked. Blood energy is a gift unique to vampires, a versatile and powerful force. With enough control, it can take on any form. As if to prove his point, Lin Xiaohua transformed the energy sword into a dagger, then a shield, then armor, and even a helmet. You can shape it however you like, Lin Xiaohua said. Su Zhe's mind raced. The demonstration reminded him of fantasy tropes he had read about. Fighters conjuring wings or mounts from pure energy. Try it, Lin Xiaohua encouraged. Su Zhe raised his hand and focused his energy. He aimed to create a small dagger, reasoning that its size would make it easier to form. However, as the blood energy coalesced, he struggled to refine its shape. Instead of a dagger, it wavered and collapsed into an amorphous mass before dissipating entirely. Lin Xiaohua chuckled. Don't worry. That's perfectly normal. Transforming blood energy into solid forms is a hallmark of the Baron rank. It's a skill that takes time and precision to master. Su Zhe nodded, though inwardly he was determined to achieve it sooner than expected. Do you know why Barons can fly? Lin Xiaohua asked. It's because they can transform their blood energy into wings. Once you reach that level, the possibilities are endless. The mention of flight sparked Su Zhe's imagination. The Baron rank represented a realm of power and freedom he was eager to reach. Lin Xiaohua's tone shifted, becoming more serious. Su Zhe, you've only been with Xiaoqing for about a month, haven't you? That's right, Su Zhe confirmed. When I first met you, I wasn't sure about you, Lin Xiaohua admitted. But you've proven yourself. Your relationship with Xiaoqing has deepened, and I see your potential. As her father, it's my responsibility to ensure you're strong enough to protect her. With a flick of his wrist, Lin Xiaohua produced a small vial of crimson liquid. This is a primary blood-quenching potion, he explained. It contains concentrated vampire blood essence. It won't elevate your bloodline purity to Xiaoqing's level, but it will bring you closer. Use it to strengthen yourself. The potion's weight surprised Su Zhe. It was small, yet impossibly dense. His system displayed a description. Primary blood-quenching potion. Effect: enhances blood purity through refinement and fusion. Evaluation: a precious treasure that no drop should be wasted. Su Zhe hesitated. Wouldn't it be better for Xiaoqing to use this? Lin Xiaohua shook his head. It would do little for her. Her bloodline is already pure. What she needs is the bloodline advancement potion, which is much rarer and far more potent. Su Zhe nodded, hiding his thoughts. He knew Lin Xiaohua was unaware of Xiaoqing's already advanced bloodline purity. Listen to me, Lin Xiaohua continued. A man should have the strength to protect the woman he loves. It's not about pride, it's about responsibility. The world is growing more dangerous, and you need to be prepared. His voice was calm but firm, resonating with an undeniable weight. Su Zhe accepted the potion, his resolve deepening. He would grow stronger, not just for himself, but for Xiaoqing and the life they were building together. Chapter 89, The Hidden Balance. Are those Western vampires attacking again? Su Zhe asked, his curiosity piqued. Lin Xiaohua shook his head, a knowing smile on his face. Not this time. They're too preoccupied with their own troubles. Troubles? Su Zhe echoed, puzzled. Werewolves have re-emerged in the West. Many vampires have been attacked, and some prominent families have suffered severe losses, Lin Xiaohua explained, his tone grave as he turned to Su Zhe. I suppose you haven't encountered werewolves before. They're almost non-existent in our region. The West is their birthplace, where they draw strength from moonlight. Werewolves? Su Zhe's mind raced, filled with images from books and films. He hadn't expected these creatures to exist beyond fiction. What do they look like? Lin Xiaohua's gaze turned nostalgic. Over a century ago, I crossed paths with one. It was a moonlit night, and the werewolf's silver hair glistened under the moonlight. Its face was lupin, its muscles rippling beneath tattered clothing. It stood upright, its claws sharp and its speed unmatched. A group of our family's vampires managed to take it down. Su Zhe swallowed hard, the reality of these ancient foes unsettling yet thrilling. The notion of werewolves, the natural adversaries of vampires, ignited a spark of excitement within him. I had no idea, Su Zhe admitted, intrigued. Are there other powerful beings out there? Indeed, Lin Xiaohua confirmed. The West has magicians and witches, though they are few and elusive. Here, we have our own anomalies, zombies and monsters. They exist in a delicate balance with vampires. In this age, human civilization dominates, while we, the rare species, remain hidden. Zombies? Su Zhe's interest sharpened. Aren't they like Eastern vampires? Exactly, Lin Xiaohua said. They too consume blood and can spread their condition through bites. Initially, their intelligence is low, akin to beasts. But as they evolve through stages like purple, white, and green zombies, they gain sentience. At higher levels, their intellect rivals that of humans. Su Zhe absorbed this revelation, his mind expanding with new understanding of the world's hidden layers. He marveled at the intricate ecosystem of extraordinary beings, each species intertwined in a shadowy dance with humanity. What keeps these creatures from attacking cities? Su Zhe asked, his brow furrowing in thought. Why is it so safe? Lin Xiaohua's expression turned serious. Humans aren't defenseless. The Creator has gifted them with potential, locked within. When humans unlock this potential, they become extraordinary, capable of incredible feats. Extraordinary? Su Zhe's eyes widened. You mean there are superhumans among us? Precisely, Lin Xiaohua affirmed. There exists a global organization, the Paranormal Association, which acts as a guardian. They've established treaties with all special ethnic groups, preventing large-scale human massacres. Any violation triggers a collective response. Su Zhe contemplated the delicate balance, realizing the world's safety hinged on unseen guardians and a fragile peace. So, small-scale incidents are overlooked? Lin Xiaohua nodded. Small infractions go unnoticed, provided they don't attract attention. The leaders of nations are aware of these arrangements, but it's a tightly held secret to avoid mass panic. Su Zhe absorbed the weight of this revelation. The modern world's facade of safety masked a complex web of hidden struggles and alliances. Humans are indispensable, Lin Xiaohua continued. Without them, there would be no progress, no technology. This symbiosis keeps the world turning. In the silence that followed, Su Zhe pondered the harsh truths of this hidden world. The strong preying on the weak was a natural order, no different from humans dominating animals. It was an uncomfortable reality, but one he was beginning to accept. Maturity, he realized, meant confronting the world as it was, not as he wished it to be. Chapter 90, The Cost of Protection. Su Zhe's mind buzzed as he stared at the attribute panel and his thoughts. The revelations from Lin Xiaohua about extraordinary beings had lit a spark in him, a curiosity about what potential lay dormant within his dual identity. If humans can unlock extraordinary abilities, does that mean I could too? Su Zhe wondered aloud, his tone laced with both excitement and doubt. Lin Xiaohua had been forthright all evening, sharing secrets of the supernatural world with an openness that Su Zhe hadn't anticipated. Su Zhe seized the opportunity to dig deeper. What kind of abilities can extraordinary beings unlock? He asked. Lin Xiaohua leaned back, a contemplative look on his face. Extraordinary beings tap into what we call the potential lock, the first step in awakening their true capabilities. These can range from freezing time to mind control, telepathy, or even manipulating the elements. The potential lock has 9 levels, and each progression unlocks greater power. For vampires, this realm corresponds to the barony, the stage I'm in now. What comes after that? Su Zhe pressed. Spirit transformation, Lin Xiaohua replied. This phase is about mastering the soul and spirit. Beyond that, there are realms like the universal sea, origins, and life's path. But those are far beyond anything we'll encounter. For now, your focus should be on survival and growth. Su Zhe nodded, trying to absorb it all. The idea of a hidden world full of transcendent beings was thrilling and overwhelming. And the situation in the country? You mentioned earlier that things were unsettled, Su Zhe asked, sensing there was more to uncover. Lin Xiaohua's face grew serious. The werewolves are moving westward, and their aggression has already decimated one of the blood clans here. They're strategic. They attack during the full moon when their power is at its peak. For now, though, the cities are relatively safe. Su Zhe let out a breath he hadn't realized he was holding. The idea of being caught in a supernatural war was daunting, but he found comfort in Lin Xiaohua's reassurance. As their conversation wound down, Lin Xiaohua handed Su Zhe a vial of crimson liquid. This is a blood-tempering potion. Drink it tonight. It'll help purify your bloodline and make you stronger. Su Zhe accepted it, but as he turned to leave, Lin Xiaohua stopped him. There's one more thing you need to promise me, Lin Xiaohua said, his expression unreadable. What is it? Su Zhe asked, curious. If you and Xiaoqing become intimate, don't take any protective measures. The words hit Su Zhe like a bolt of lightning. What? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Lin Xiaohua shook his head. Vampire fertility rates are extremely low. It's rare for conception to occur even after 100 tries. I want Xiaoqing to have a child someday, to bring new strength to our bloodline. That said, you're still getting to know each other. Take your time, but when the moment comes, don't waste the opportunity. Su Zhe felt his face flush. I understand, he stammered, unsure how else to respond. Lin Xiaohua clapped a hand on his shoulder. Good. And remember, if you ever have issues or disagreements with Xiaoqing, come to me. I'll have your back, unless, of course, the fault lies with you. The sudden chill in Lin Xiaohua's eyes sent a shiver down Su Zhe's spine. Got it, he replied quickly. Lin Xiaohua smiled, the tension breaking. I trust you. When they returned upstairs, they found Lin Shiqing and Lin Wen seated on the sofa, engrossed in a heated discussion about Yi Hui's romantic prospects. Lin Shiqing perked up as soon as she saw them. Dad, how did Su Zhe do in training? He's made significant progress, Lin Xiaohua admitted, a note of pride in his voice. Lin Shiqing beamed and clung to Su Zhe's arm. I told you he's talented. Lin Wen chuckled at her daughter's enthusiasm. You're so much more lively around him. It's a good thing. The conversation shifted as Lin Shiqing noticed the potion in Su Zhe's hand. What's that? She asked curiously. It's a blood-tempering potion, Lin Xiaohua explained before Su Zhe could respond. It'll help improve the purity of his bloodline. Lin Wen gave an approving nod. That's a good step forward. Su Zhe, you're part of this family now, and it's important to support your growth. Su Zhe was taken aback by the warmth of their words. For the first time, he truly felt like he belonged, not as an outsider, but as someone valued and accepted. As the family settled in for the evening, Su Zhe couldn't help but smile. His journey in this hidden world was only beginning, but with Lin Shiqing by his side and Lin Xiaohua's guidance, he felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Chapter 91. Questions about blood purity. Blood-quenching potion, Lin Shiqing exclaimed, her voice tinged with surprise and admiration. She had heard of the potion before. It was renowned for its ability to enhance blood purity, a treasure of undeniable value. Yet, the unexpectedness of her father, gifting such a rare elixir, to Su Zhe left her puzzled. Why would Dad give you such a precious thing? She muttered, more to herself than to him. Lin Xiaohua, standing with a steady gaze, spoke with a tone of calm authority. Xiaoqing, I've come to terms with your relationship with Su Zhe for now. What the future holds depends on whether this boy proves himself worthy of your trust and care. His voice softened, but remained firm. Su Zhe's bloodline, as it stands, is not particularly pure. This potion will refine his essence, granting him greater potential and resilience. If danger ever comes your way, I want him to be able to face it with confidence. Lin Shiqing's heart swelled with emotion. Her father, always stern and pragmatic, had now shown such care for Su Zhe, a gesture of acceptance she had not dared to hope for so soon. She hugged him tightly. Thank you, Dad. I knew you had a soft spot beneath all that sternness. Lin Xiaohua's expression softened briefly before he waved her off with mock exasperation. Enough with the flattery. Take Su Zhe and have him consume this potion. It won't do any good just sitting in his hands. Still, as Lin Shiqing led Su Zhe away, Lin Xiaohua glanced at the now empty spot where the potion had been. A faint sigh escaped him. I used one of our precious blood crystals to trade for that potion, he muttered to his wife, Lin Wen, who had been silently observing. Lin Wen chuckled. You're already spoiling the boy. Perhaps, he admitted, shaking his head with a wry smile. But if I don't ensure his strength, who will? He's family now, whether I like it or not. In their room, Su Zhe turned the bottle of potion in his hands. The deep crimson liquid inside shimmered faintly, its density evident even through the thick glass. Should I drink it now or wait? He asked hesitantly. Lin Shiqing perched on the bed, her chin resting on her hand as she considered. There's no reason to wait. The sooner you take it, the sooner it can work its magic. Su Zhe nodded, but remained contemplative. He couldn't shake the question of his own bloodline's purity. By all outward measures, he was a vampire. The system had bestowed this identity upon him, but his bloodline didn't reflect extraordinary purity, not by vampire standards. At best, he seemed equivalent to a 13th-generation vampire. He turned the thought over in his mind, recalling his observations. It's possible that my bloodline purity increases as my attribute points do, he mused aloud. Lin Shiqing tilted her head. You mean the stronger you grow, the purer your blood becomes? Yes, Su Zhe replied. Attribute points seem to influence bloodline purity, and improving purity might, in turn, enhance my attributes. That's incredible. Lin Shiqing's eyes sparkled. If that's true, this potion could be a massive boost for you. Su Zhe nodded, his mind racing. I've been thinking about something else too. My current strength suggests that I might already be at the equivalent of a third-tier vampire or an extraordinary human with 3 potential locks unlocked. Lin Shiqing's expression grew thoughtful. Extraordinary? I've heard of them. Humans with remarkable strength and abilities. They have potential locks, and unlocking them grants them greater power, right? Exactly, Su Zhe said. But what intrigues me is how their strength measures against vampires or other supernaturals. Humans rely heavily on technology to level the playing field, but at the peak of their potential, they could be formidable. Lin Shiqing nodded slowly. Uncle, you might know more. He served our family for years, and I remember him mentioning that my grandfather once fought an extraordinary being. You should ask him when he returns. That's a great idea, Su Zhe agreed. Turning his attention back to the potion, he felt a surge of anticipation. The crimson liquid held the promise of power, of advancement, of becoming the protector Lin Shiqing's father had envisioned. He uncorked the bottle, the scent of the potent elixir filling the air. Lin Shiqing watched with eager eyes as Su Zhe raised the potion to his lips. Here's to your next leap forward, she said with a grin. Su Zhe smiled back. Let's see what this can do. And with that, he drank, feeling the dense, powerful liquid flow through him, carrying the promise of transformation. Chapter 92, Be Human in the Next Life. Let me open it for you, Lin Shiqing offered, taking the blood-tempering potion from Su Zhe's hand. As she twisted the cap, a rich, metallic aroma filled the room. Su Zhe inhaled deeply, feeling a wave of warmth spread through his body, rejuvenating every muscle. The mere scent was invigorating. He could only imagine the potency when consumed. Lin Shiqing held the potion to his lips, a playful glint in her eye. Delang, take your medicine, she teased with a soft, sing-song voice. Su Zhe blinked in surprise. What? His confusion deepened as he stared at her, eyebrows furrowed. Come on, drink it up, Delang, she coaxed, struggling to stifle a giggle. Su Zhe sighed, recognizing the influence of some viral video she'd recently watched. You've been spending too much time online, he muttered, though a smile tugged at the corners of his mouth. He tugged her ear gently. Enough with the internet trends, all right? I just thought it was fun, Lin Shiqing admitted, her eyes twinkling with mischief. Her newfound playfulness was a welcome change, making their interactions lighter, more vibrant. Su Zhe couldn't help but chuckle as he downed the potion in a single gulp. Heat surged through his body, a fiery sensation radiating from his core, but it quickly subsided. He checked his stats, noting the modest increase. Host Su Zhe. Power, 132. Spirit, 134. Speed, 133. Defense, 130. Skills, Time Stop, Elementary. Transformation into Vampire, Blood Devouring. Just 10 points, Su Zhe noted, somewhat disappointed. I was expecting more. Lin Shiqing's eyes widened. That's it? You finished that so quickly. Probably because I've been through this process so many times, Su Zhe reasoned. My body's used to it now. Still, you're getting close to my strength, Lin Shiqing observed. How much more until you reach the 4th level? Only about 20 points, Su Zhe replied, a hint of excitement in his voice. Once my average hits 150, I'll be there. Lin Shiqing nodded, her expression contemplative. You've been advancing so fast. I can barely keep up. How is it for you, drinking my blood? Does it help you break through faster? It does, but even with your blood, reaching the next stage will take a month or 2, Lin Shiqing explained. Su Zhe frowned. That feels slow. She laughed softly. It's not slow at all. Without your blood, it would take me years. The moonlight streamed through the open curtains, casting a serene glow over the room. Lin Shiqing's skin seemed to shimmer under the lunar rays, her body absorbing the light with a subtle radiance. Su Zhe watched her, marveling at the quiet beauty of the moment. I've never quite understood, Su Zhe mused, why vampires thrive on moonlight but detest sunlight. It's all just light, right? Lin Shiqing smiled, resting her head against his shoulder. Moonlight is softer, a reflection of the sun's rays. Maybe it's the gentler wavelengths, or perhaps it's just one of those mysteries of our kind. As they settled into bed, the comfort of each other's presence wrapped around them like a warm blanket. The tranquility of the night was suddenly pierced by muffled sounds, faint but unmistakable. Both froze, realizing the source. Your parents, Su Zhe whispered, his face turning a shade of red. Lin Shiqing's cheeks flushed. We really need soundproofing, she muttered. They exchanged a glance, each silently vowing to make that upgrade soon. Su Zhe pulled out his phone, tapping out a message to distract from the awkwardness. Su Zhe, your parents have a really close relationship. Lin Shiqing, they've been more active lately. I wonder why. Su Zhe, maybe they're hoping for another child? Lin Shiqing, maybe. Though with how long it takes us vampires to have kids, it could be decades before I see a sibling. She paused, a thoughtful expression crossing her face. Lin Shiqing, if I had a choice, I think I want to be human in my next life. Su Zhe stared at her, puzzled. Why? Vampires have long lives and great power. Why give that up? Lin Shiqing, life's richness comes from its brevity. Living too long can make things feel empty. Humans experience so much in such a short time. It's intense, vibrant. Her words hung in the air, a reflection of a sentiment Su Zhe had never considered. Immortality, a dream for many, was a burden for some. As they lay there, enveloped by the quiet night, Su Zhe understood. Life, in its fleeting nature, held a beauty that eternity could never replicate. Chapter 93, Traces of the Western Vampires. Su Zhe leaned back against the headboard, his gaze distant as he spoke. When you truly become human, you might not think it's as wonderful as you imagine. Lin Shiqing tilted her head, curious. Why do you say that? He sighed. When you don't have something, you idealize it. But when you finally get it, you realize the flaws. Life as a human isn't all sunshine and roses. If you're born into wealth, maybe it's manageable. But for those without money, it can be brutal. Life, old age, illness, and death, it's all a heavy burden. Lin Shiqing nodded slowly. You're right. I never considered the struggles that come with being human. I only thought about the freedom and simplicity. Their conversation drifted into other topics, filling the quiet moments of the night. After what felt like an eternity, the faint noises from Lin Xiaohua and Lin Wen's room finally ceased. Su Zhe muttered under his breath, half joking. He really gets better with age. That took forever. He couldn't help but chuckle at his own thoughts, though they were tinged with a touch of curiosity about his own stamina or lack thereof. He shook the thought from his mind and drifted off to sleep. The morning sun was blinding when Su Zhe woke up, stirring in the soft embrace of Lin Shiqing. They had fallen asleep holding each other, and he didn't want to disturb her rest. Quietly, he slipped out of bed to draw the curtains, dimming the light in the room. Lin Shiqing stirred, her eyes fluttering open. Stretching her arms, she murmured, "Hug." Her voice was so soft and tender that Su Zhe felt his heart melt. Without hesitation, he wrapped his arms around her and kissed her cheek. "Hug, my love," he whispered, cringing internally. Why am I so corny? He thought, resisting the urge to roll his eyes at himself. A knock at the door pulled them from their little bubble. Xiaoqing, Xiaozhe, time to drink blood, Linwen called from outside. Coming, they responded in unison, exchanging amused looks. Outside, Linwen shook her head with a wry smile. They're acting like a newlywed couple already. It's unsettling but sweet, she muttered to herself. Lin Shiqing clung to Su Zhe, reluctant to leave the bed. Just 5 more minutes, she said, nuzzling into his chest. Your mom's waiting, Su Zhe teased, gently brushing her hair. Lin Shiqing smiled playfully. One more kiss, and I'll get up. Su Zhe, emboldened by the moment, leaned down and kissed her, on the lips this time. Lin Shiqing froze, her eyes wide with surprise. My first kiss, she exclaimed, sitting up abruptly and covering her mouth. Su Zhe blinked, equally startled. Actually, it's my first kiss too. Her face flushed with indignation. Why didn't you tell me first? I wanted it to be special. A candlelit dinner, a romantic evening. And you just stole it like that. Tears welled in her eyes, but Su Zhe hurried to reassure her. Okay, how about this? We pretend it didn't count. How can it not count? You kissed me, she hissed, trying to keep her voice down. Su Zhe thought quickly. Technically, a real first kiss involves, tongues. And I didn't do that. So it wasn't the real deal. Lin Shiqing squinted, unsure if he was bluffing. Really? Really, Su Zhe said with a solemn nod. She sighed. Fine, I'll believe you for now. But no more stealing kisses. I want the real first one to be perfect. Understood, Su Zhe said, holding back a laugh. After washing up, they emerged from their room to find the rest of the family already seated at the dining table. Lin Shiqing, even without makeup, looked radiant, her smooth skin and natural beauty effortlessly captivating. As they joined the table, Lin Xiaohua was in the middle of a conversation with Yi Hui. I heard from our informants in Binhai that some Western vampires have been spotted in the west of the city, Lin Xiaohua said gravely. 3 or 4 of them, likely at the 6th or 7th level. They appear to be injured and are temporarily staying at the Dole Hotel. Avoid that area for now. There's no telling how dangerous they might be. Su Zhe and Lin Shiqing exchanged glances before nodding. Understood, they said in unison. Lin Xiaohua's expression softened. Good. Stay home and don't take unnecessary risks. But Su Zhe's mind was already racing. Injured vampires of that caliber? If he could handle them, it would be a chance to prove himself and grow stronger. He smiled faintly, keeping his thoughts to himself. Maybe it's time to stop hiding and take the initiative. Chapter 94, Taking the Initiative. Lin would emerge from the kitchen holding a transparent glass bottle filled with clear blood. The shimmering liquid caught the light as she approached the dining table, where Su Zhe and Lin Shiqing were already seated. She set the bottle down carefully and began pouring glasses for everyone. The family gathered around the table, savoring a rare moment of warmth and togetherness. Xiaoqing, Xiaozhe, Linwen began, her tone gentle but firm. Is everything going well at school? Even if something comes up, you're not to leave the house for the next 2 days. Your father and I have an urgent family task to attend to, and it's important you stay safe. Lin Shiqing nodded. Don't worry, Mom. We'll stay home and look after each other. Yi Hui, standing nearby, interjected reassuringly. Head of the house, madam, leave it to me. I'll ensure nothing happens while you're away. Linwen smiled gratefully. With you here, I feel reassured. The task at hand required Lin Xiaohua and Lin Wen to handle a crisis involving Faming Group, a coastal enterprise tied to the family. Key individuals needed to be dealt with, through persuasion if possible, and through coercion if necessary. The use of a thrall potion to subjugate their targets loomed as an unspoken but likely option. After breakfast, Lin Xiaohua and Lin Wen departed swiftly, their hurried pace underscoring the urgency of the matter. Yi Hui soon followed, leaving the villa in Su Zhe and Lin Shiqing's care. Before leaving, he reminded them to stay indoors. Su Zhe smiled politely, but internally mulled over his own plans. Left alone in the expansive villa with Lin Shiqing, he finally voiced his thoughts. Taking her hand, he spoke earnestly. There's something we need to discuss. Lin Shiqing looked at him curiously. She had sensed his contemplative mood throughout breakfast, but hadn't pressed him. What is it? Earlier, your dad mentioned the Western vampires staying at the Dole Hotel, Su Zhe said. I was thinking, this could be an opportunity for us. Lin Shiqing's eyes widened. But they're 6th and 7th generation vampires. Even injured, they're still incredibly powerful. Can we handle them? Your dad also said they're weakened from their injuries, Su Zhe countered. And I have an ace up my sleeve, my time stop ability. When I first used it, I could freeze a 6th level vampire for nearly 10 seconds. Back then, my attributes were half of what they are now. The skill's potency has likely doubled. He leaned forward, his voice filled with conviction. This is a chance for us to strike. Plus, with my blood-swallowing ability, I can absorb their strength, accelerating my path to becoming a baron. Lin Shiqing considered his words carefully. After a moment of silence, she nodded. All right. If we're careful and work together, we might pull this off. Su Zhe smiled, his determination hardening. Trust me, with time stop, we have a significant edge. He began searching for the Dole Hotel's location on his phone. Situated on the city's western fringe, the hotel was surrounded by a suburban area that was relatively developed but less bustling than downtown. Its scenic park and Western-style luxury made it a popular spot, yet its location ensured less surveillance and fewer complications. By early afternoon, Su Zhe and Lin Shiqing sat in a milk tea shop across from the hotel, sipping their drinks while observing the hotel's entrance. Both wore caps and masks to blend into the surroundings. Su Zhe sighed. "We've been here for hours and nothing. It's not an option to just keep waiting." Lin Shiqing nodded. "Maybe they're too injured to leave their rooms." "If that's the case, we need a new approach," Su Zhe said, his eyes narrowing. "It's time to take the initiative." "What do you mean?" Lin Shiqing asked, a hint of worry in her voice. "I'll go into the hotel and use my hypnosis skill on the staff. They might know where the vampires are staying." Lin Shiqing immediately protested. "Then I'm coming with you. We're safer together." "No. Two people attract more attention, and I can move faster alone," Su Zhe replied firmly. "Stay here and wait for me." After a moment of hesitation, Lin Shiqing relented. "All right. Be careful." Su Zhe nodded and left the shop. The Dole Hotel's entrance was grand and imposing, with a young doorman stationed at the door. Su Zhe approached him, a plan already forming in his mind. "Welcome," the doorman greeted politely. "I need assistance with my luggage," Su Zhe said smoothly. "It's in the underground parking lot." The doorman nodded obligingly. Helping guests with luggage was part of his duty. Together, they descended into the dimly lit parking lot. The eerie quietness of the underground space was a stark contrast to the bustling hotel lobby above. As they walked, the doorman asked, "Sir, where is your car?" Su Zhe stopped and turned to face him. His eyes glowed crimson, the telltale sign of his hypnosis ability activating. "Tell me everything you know about the Western guests staying here," Su Zhe commanded, his voice laced with supernatural authority. Chapter 95, Abandoned Pawn. As soon as the doorman saw Su Zhe's crimson eyes, his mind became foggy, his consciousness fading into a trance. Su Zhe's lips curled into a subtle smirk. His hypnosis had taken effect. "Have any foreigners checked in over the past few days?" Su Zhe inquired. "Yes, 3 pale foreigners arrived 2 days ago. They appeared sickly but wealthy, booking the presidential suite." Su Zhe's eyes gleamed. These must be the Western vampires he was hunting. Fortune seemed to favor him today. "What room are they staying in?" Su Zhe asked, his voice calm yet pressing. "Room 1214, the doorman mumbled, his mind still clouded. Perfect. Su Zhe had the intel he needed. He continued probing the doorman about the hotel's layout and security measures. Years of employment had made the doorman an encyclopedia of the hotel's inner workings. Satisfied with the information, Su Zhe clicked his fingers, breaking the trance. "Thank you for helping with the luggage. You may go now." The doorman blinked, disoriented, then nodded as if waking from a dream. "Of course, sir, enjoy your stay." Su Zhe watched the doorman retreat, his mind already mapping the next steps. He would enter the hotel, no disguises or theatrics needed. A casual approach was less conspicuous. Once inside, he and Lin Shiqing would make their way to the 12th floor, where they'd eliminate the targets. The plan hinged on discretion. Any surveillance footage would be erased, and staff would be hypnotized into forgetting their presence. He would strike during the late hours when the hotel was quietest. Su Zhe felt a surge of confidence as he exited the underground parking and strolled to the nearby milk tea shop. Lin Shiqing, seated by the window, spotted him and smiled, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. As he joined her, she eagerly asked, "How did it go?" "Smoothly," Su Zhe replied, recounting the plan. "We know their room, the layout, and the security. We'll strike tonight." Lin Shiqing listened intently, considering every detail. "We could use hypnotic waves," she suggested, "like the Western vampires did when they attacked the villa. It could incapacitate the hotel staff simultaneously." Su Zhe shook his head. "Too risky." The vampires upstairs would sense it immediately, alerting them. We need to be stealthier. Acknowledging the risk, Lin Shiqing agreed to stick to the original plan. They left the shop and entered the hotel, blending in as tourists to further familiarize themselves with the setting. The reconnaissance confirmed the doorman's descriptions, bolstering Su Zhe's confidence. As they left, Su Zhe glanced up at the 12th floor, mentally preparing for the night's task. "We'll give them a surprise they won't forget," he muttered. Meanwhile, in room 1214, the three Western vampires convened. The suite, luxurious yet shrouded in a sinister aura, reeked of blood from the open blood bags on the table. "Sid, any word from the Lord?" One of the vampires, Riel, asked anxiously. "We need to leave before the supernatural authorities catch up with us." Sid shook his head, his expression grim. No response. "Either there's a signal issue or he's ignoring my messages." Riel sneered. "More likely, he's abandoned us. We're expendable now." Their third companion, Sheldon, sighed. "It seems we've been used. Our massacre in that village served his purpose, but now we're left to fend for ourselves." 7 days prior, they had ruthlessly slaughtered a village on the Lord's orders to distract the Extraordinary Association. The promise of safety and rewards had lured them into a trap, leaving them as hunted fugitives, with no clear escape from the city and its vigilant protectors. Their betrayal by the Lord loomed large, and survival seemed increasingly uncertain. Chapter 96. When something goes wrong, there's always a monster. We've truly lost our minds, blindly following the Lord's orders. And now, look where it's gotten us, Sid muttered bitterly. For a moment, the room fell silent. Sid, Sheldon, and Riel exchanged uneasy glances, each lost in their own thoughts. 7 days ago, they had massacred a village. 3 days later, they were discovered by a transcendent, a powerful one. The ensuing battle had drained them both physically and spiritually, leaving them vulnerable. The weight of their situation pressed down heavily on them. Escape seemed more unlikely with each passing moment. Riel, unable to sit still, walked to the window and pulled the curtains back slightly. Harsh sunlight poured in, illuminating his face as he stared blankly at the scene outside. "There's no way out of this," he murmured. "The Transcendents are still searching. At most, we have 2 days before they find us." Sheldon's voice broke through the heavy air. "If it comes to that, we'll just have to make a last stand. Maybe we can break through." Sid let out a hollow laugh, shaking his head. "And if we face one of their elite with a potential lock? That's someone on par with the Baron. We wouldn't stand a chance." The room sank back into a tense quiet. Their massacre had been reckless, a direct affront to the Extraordinary Association. Slaughtering humans, especially an entire village, was a line no one was allowed to cross. The blood they spilled wasn't just a crime, it was a declaration of war. The association's response had been swift. While they kept the incident from becoming public knowledge, they'd made it clear that the 3 vampires were to be hunted down and executed without mercy. The massacre had left behind rivers of blood and broken families, many of whom were the elderly and children. It was an atrocity no Transcendent would overlook. For all their power, Transcendents were still human. And as humans, they felt the pain of their own kind. Time dragged on in oppressive silence as the sun dipped below the horizon. By the time the moon rose high, it was already 9 p.m. At the entrance of the Dole Hotel, the night shift had begun, leaving only a single doorman on duty. Across the street, Su Zhe and Lin Shiqing walked slowly, their pace steady as they approached the building. The plan had been rehearsed thoroughly that afternoon. Every detail, every step had been accounted for. There was no room for error. The doorman greeted them with a polite nod. "Welcome." Su Zhe and Lin Shiqing returned the nod and entered, making their way to the elevator. Reaching the 12th floor, they didn't head straight to room 1214, where the vampires were hiding. Instead, they diverted to a nearby staircase. There, they found a small supply area used by the hotel staff. Inside were uniforms, cleaning supplies, and trolleys. The two of them quickly changed into staff uniforms, a simple jacket and pants that were easy to slip on. 12:14. Let's move, Su Zhe whispered. Together, they pushed a cleaning trolley toward their target. With their disguises and suppressed blood energy, they blended in seamlessly. Approaching the room, Su Zhe knocked lightly on the door. Hello, we're here for cleaning. Please open the door. Inside, the three Western vampires froze. Sid's eyes narrowed as he turned to the others. Who called for cleaning service? Sheldon and Riel shook their heads, equally puzzled. We didn't, Riel said. Sid's face darkened. This is suspicious. His tone sharpened as he continued. They're not staff. They're supernatural beings trying to lure us out. The other two nodded grimly. It was too much of a coincidence for cleaning staff to show up unannounced. When something goes wrong, there's always a monster behind it, Sid muttered, his voice low but resolute. Sheldon's lips curled into a cold smile. If they want to fight, let's give them one. But we'll strike first. He leaned closer to the others and whispered, Here's the plan. Sid and I will go to the door. When I open it, we attack immediately. No hesitation. If they're supernatural beings, we'll make them regret coming. If they're just unlucky staff, so be it. I'd rather kill by mistake than die because I hesitated. And if we die, well, we'll take a few of them down with us. No regrets. The others nodded in agreement, their eyes glowing with a blood-red intensity as murderous intent filled the room. We'll show them what we're capable of, Riel snarled. 1 kill is even, 2 is profit. Sid walked to the door, blood energy surging through him. Sheldon and Riel followed closely, their hands glowing with condensed power. Sid gripped the doorknob, signaling to the others with a sharp glance. The moment he turned the handle, he bellowed, Go meet Satan, you bastards! Chapter 97. The 4th level of the last vampire clan. As Sid prepared to unleash a devastating blood energy beam at Su Zhe, a strange phenomenon occurred. His body froze in place as though ensnared by invisible chains. Panic gripped him as he realized he couldn't move, not even to blink. His companions, Hilton and Riel, were similarly immobilized, their terror evident in their wide, unblinking eyes. The 3 Western vampires recognized the sensation instantly. It was the unmistakable signature of a supernatural ability, one wielded by someone who had unlocked extraordinary potential. In the stillness, several flashes of silver streaked through the air. A slim figure darted forward, deftly launching 6 mithril daggers. Each blade struck true, embedding itself in the vampires' hearts and lower abdomens. The impact forced them to stagger backward, their powerful blood pills shattered. With their lifeblood drained and hearts pierced, their resistance faltered. Sid's blurry gaze settled on the figures standing before him. Despair coursed through his mind as the realization of his imminent death set in. Su Zhe exhaled deeply, releasing the strain of his time-stop ability. The mental energy required to hold the skill had nearly depleted him, but he felt no lingering exhaustion or backlash this time. It was a marked improvement from his previous attempts. The sequence leading to this victory replayed in his mind. When Sid had first unleashed his blood energy, Su Zhe had instinctively activated Time Stop, targeting all 3 vampires. The skill's directional precision allowed him to paralyze his enemies without affecting Lin Shiqing, who sprang into action with calculated efficiency. Now, as the blood energy that had once surged within Sid dissipated into the air like vapor, the defeated vampire's gaze grew dim. You're an extraordinary being, Sid whispered, his voice weak but tinged with disbelief. Su Zhe stepped closer, a wry smile playing on his lips. No, he corrected, letting his vampiric aura flare briefly. I'm a vampire. Sid's eyes widened in horror as the truth settled in. Western vampires don't belong in the East, Su Zhe declared, his tone cold. Embrace death and atone to Satan for your sins. With a casual wave of his hand, a bright light emerged, splitting into 3 beams. Each ray enveloped one of the fallen vampires, their bodies beginning to dissolve in an eerie, silent display. Within moments, they were gone, leaving no trace behind. Su Zhe activated his blood-devouring ability, absorbing the essence of the defeated vampires. A rush of power coursed through him as his strength surged. He took a moment to examine the changes within himself. Su Zhe. Power, 151. Spirit, 153. Speed, 152. Défense, 149. Skills, Time Stop, Elementary. Transformation into Vampire, Blood-Devouring. His attributes had grown by a total of 19 points, a significant leap. He quickly pieced together why. The defeated vampires had been 2 6th-level and 1 7th-level entities, their combined essence fueling his ascension. "It's official," Su Zhe announced with a glint of pride in his eyes. "I've reached the 4th level of the last vampire clan." Lin Shiqing stood nearby, her astonishment clear. The bodies of the vampires, their spilled blood, all had vanished. She had braced herself to clean up the scene, but it was as if nothing had happened. "You've grown stronger so quickly," she said, her voice tinged with admiration. Su Zhe nodded, a faint smile on his lips. "Not just stronger. My blood quality has improved too. It'll enhance my abilities even further." Lin Shiqing's eyes brightened as realization struck. "Does this mean if I contribute my blood, you'll grow even faster?" "Bingo," Su Zhe confirmed, his grin widening. He turned his attention to the room, scanning for anything left behind by the Western vampires that could prove useful. A sleek black laptop on the table caught his eye. Its unbranded, minimalist design intrigued him, but when he opened it, a password screen appeared. "Figures," Su Zhe muttered, closing the laptop. "I'll take this with me. If we can crack it, it might hold valuable information." He and Lin Shiqing swept the room, packing away anything incriminating, including leftover blood bags. They meticulously erased all signs of their presence. Su Zhe's caution bordered on paranoia, but he'd rather be overly thorough than risk exposure. "All set," Su Zhe said, patting Lin Shiqing's shoulder. "Let's head out." Disguised in their original clothes, they made their way to the stairwell. Along the way, they hypnotized any staff members they encountered, ensuring no one would remember their faces. When they reached the hotel's monitoring room, Su Zhe knocked on the door. A weary young man answered, glaring suspiciously. "What do you want?" "This area is off-limits," the man said gruffly. Su Zhe's eyes flashed crimson. "Delete all surveillance footage from the past 2 days," he commanded. Under hypnosis, the young man complied without hesitation. Su Zhe watched closely, satisfied as the digital records were wiped clean. With the evidence erased, he and Lin Shiqing left the hotel unnoticed. As they stepped into the cool evening air, a gentle breeze brushed their faces. The ordeal was over, and they walked hand in hand down the street, their steps unhurried. "Fighting feels almost too easy now," Lin Shiqing mused. Su Zhe raised an eyebrow. "Oh, all you have to do is freeze time. I'll just clean up the rest. It's like clockwork," she said, a hint of wonder in her voice. Su Zhe chuckled. "Don't get too comfortable. We've only faced mid-level enemies. Against a true powerhouse, even time stop might not work." Lin Shiqing nodded thoughtfully. They both knew their journey was just beginning, and far greater challenges lay ahead. Chapter 98, The Luckiest Encounter. Lin Shiqing heard Su Zhe's words and gently shook her head. "Even so, it's enough. 2 6th-level vampires and 1 7th-level vampire. They're stronger than Uncle Yi." Su Zhe paused, realizing the truth in her words. Without noticing, his strength had crept closer to that of Yi Hui, whose power as a 5th-level vampire had steadily climbed towards the 6th level, albeit at a sluggish pace due to the diluted bloodline of blood slaves. Their growth was a slow burn, marked by potential bottlenecks that could trap them for decades. Reflecting, Su Zhe mused, "It's been just a month. In another month, I'll probably reach the strength of a baron. But then, my growth rate will likely slow." There's no rush, Lin Shiqing reassured him. The important thing is that we're progressing together. She squeezed his hand, looking up at the vast, starry sky. After the Baron comes the Viscount, then the Earl, and the Marquis. Does it ever end? Su Zhe smiled softly. Meeting you is the luckiest thing that's happened to me. Lin Shiqing returned his smile, her eyes shining. Meeting you has been my luckiest moment too. Walking this path together, step by step, growing stronger in each other's company. It was a journey with boundless possibilities. They had only just begun. Meanwhile, atop the Lin Group building, Zhou Xueming stretched, her body aching from the day's grind. The work report was finally complete, albeit past 10 o'clock, the latest she had ever worked overtime. The outsourced reports had been riddled with errors, pushing the limits of her patience, and the partners were pressing for swift corrections. Glancing toward Yi Hui's office, she noticed the dim light still emanating from within. He was indefatigable, a rare breed among CEOs who often enjoyed more leisure than labor. Yet, Yi Hui's relentless work ethic left her in awe. No matter how close she came to breaking, he always seemed untouched by fatigue. Bai Ying, the vice president, had been absent for days. Rumors of her resignation swirled, sparking a flicker of hope in Zhou Xueming. Could this mean she had a chance with Yi Hui? Observations of the two rarely being seen together fanned her curiosity. Perhaps their previous outings were merely professional. Zhou Xueming found Yi Hui enigmatic, a puzzle not just to her, but to everyone. His emotional range was subtle, almost robotic. It had taken her years to decipher his nuanced cues. His raised eyes when pleased, lowered when displeased, signs easy to miss without careful observation. Standing, she printed the report and approached Yi Hui's office. A soft knock, then, "Mr. Yi, the report is ready." "Come in," his calm voice beckoned. Entering, Zhou Xueming placed the report on his desk. The outsourcing from Blue Island Company was poorly handled. "I've notified the legal department to claim damages and end our partnership with them." Yi Hui nodded, his gaze on the report. "Such issues are common. Don't let it stress you. I appreciate your hard work." "Mr. Yi, aren't you going to rest?" she asked, concerned. Yi Hui checked his watch. "It's late. Let me take you home." "Oh, no need. I can catch a taxi," Zhou Xueming replied hastily. Yi Hui shook his head. "It's unsafe for you to be out alone this late." "I insist." "Thank you, Mr. Yi," she agreed, touched by his consideration. Yi Hui quickly reviewed the report, his vampire-enhanced mental acuity and memory making the process swift. Within minutes, he confirmed its accuracy. "This version is fine. Send the electronic copy to the partners. I'll pack up, and we can leave together." Admiring his efficiency, Zhou Xueming complied, sending the report before joining Yi Hui. Together, they left the office, her heart light with gratitude for his thoughtfulness. "Let's go," she said, smiling as they walked side by side. Chapter 99. What do you think of me? In the quiet hum of the elevator, Zhou Xueming smiled faintly, breaking the silence with a half-joke. "I still can't believe we were once trapped in an elevator together," she said, her tone light, but laced with a hint of embarrassment. Yi Hui chuckled softly. "Ah, that incident. A little hard to forget, isn't it?" The memory brought a fleeting smile to his lips. It had been pitch dark in the elevator that day, and Zhou Xueming had clung to him, trembling, even murmuring what she thought might be her last words. The absurdity of it now seemed almost comical. For a moment, their laughter faded, replaced by an awkward stillness. Zhou Xueming hesitated, then tilted her head slightly to glance at him. "Why did Ms. Bai leave so suddenly?" she asked cautiously, her curiosity finally spilling out. Yi Hui's expression stiffened for a fraction of a second, but he recovered quickly, his voice calm. "It was just a standard personnel transfer. She chose to move to another company. Nothing unusual about that." Zhou Xueming studied his face, searching for something, any trace of emotion behind his steady demeanor. But Yi Hui's composure was impenetrable, leaving her with nothing but speculation. The older Maybach hummed softly as Yi Hui drove, the car's interior bathed in the muted glow of city lights. Zhou Xueming sat in the passenger seat, her hands resting uneasily on her lap. She wanted to speak, but every time she opened her mouth, the words caught in her throat. "Your home's in this neighborhood, right?" Yui asked, breaking the silence. Zhou Xueming nodded. "Yes, just up ahead." They turned into Vincent Apartments, a well-kept complex popular with nearby white-collar workers. The security was relaxed, allowing Yi Hui to drive straight in and park near her building. As the car came to a stop, Yui glanced at her. "You're home. Take care." Zhou Xueming hesitated, her fingers gripping the strap of her bag. "Mr. Yi, there's something I've been meaning to ask you." Yui paused, curious. "What is it?" She took a deep breath. "Everyone in the company is curious about something. Are you married?" His brow lifted slightly at the unexpected question. "No, I'm still single, but there's too much gossip in the office." "You should all focus more on your work," he replied, his tone half serious, half amused. Zhou Xueming's curiosity deepened. "Really? You're in your 30s, Mr. Yi. Why haven't you found a girlfriend yet?" Yi Hui shrugged, his voice measured and calm. "Not everyone needs to be in a relationship. Some people thrive with a partner, while others are perfectly content on their own. Finding a girlfriend isn't a necessity for everyone. Sometimes it can feel more like a burden than a benefit. We all have different ways of living." His words were rational, almost detached, but they only intrigued Zhou Xueming further. Yi Hui's thoughts, however, had wandered. He realized that as a vampire, age held little meaning for him. But for humans, reaching their 30s without settling down was often viewed differently. A pang of guilt crossed his mind. Had he been assigning too much work to Zhou Xueming, leaving her no time for herself? As his assistant, she had spent years tirelessly coordinating between departments, managing reports, and ensuring everything ran smoothly. Her workload was heavy, often extending beyond office hours. "You don't seem to have much time to date either," Yui said, glancing at her. "You've been working with me for years, and you've gained plenty of experience. Maybe it's time for a change. If you'd like, I could transfer you to a more relaxed position, perhaps in the business or HR department. That way, you'll have more time to focus on your personal life." His tone was gentle, almost apologetic, and for a moment, Zhou Xueming felt a flicker of hope. But that hope was quickly tempered by the ache in her chest. The man she admired, the one she wanted most, was sitting right in front of her, yet he seemed completely unaware of her feelings. "Are you okay?" Yi Hui's voice pulled her back to the present. He waved a hand lightly in front of her face. Gathering her courage, Zhou Xueming spoke, her voice barely above a whisper. "Mr. Yi, what do you think of me?" Yi Hui blinked, caught off guard. "What do I think of you?" He smiled faintly. "You're an excellent assistant. Dedicated, reliable, and incredibly capable. You've been a great help to me, and you've done a wonderful job managing the team. Why do you ask? Is something wrong?" She shook her head quickly, feeling a flush of frustration and embarrassment. "No, that's not what I mean. I'm asking, what do you think of me as a person? In terms of a relationship between a man and a woman?" Her words came out in a rush, and the air between them seemed to freeze. Chapter 100, I Am a Vampire. When Zhou Xueming spoke, her voice was trembling but resolute. She couldn't believe she was actually saying it aloud. This moment felt monumental, a leap of courage that she never thought she could muster. Between men and women. "Mr. Yi, what I mean is..." Zhou Xueming hesitated, her words faltering as her heart raced. Yi Hui raised an eyebrow, his expression unreadable. "Xiao Zhou, what are you trying to say?" "Mr. Yi," she began again, her voice gaining strength. I've liked you for a long time. Ever since that day we were trapped in the elevator together, I've noticed you. And as I've worked as your assistant, those feelings have only grown deeper. I want to be with you." Her words tumbled out in a rush, leaving Yi Hui momentarily stunned. Was this a confession? From his assistant? After a brief pause, he collected himself. The answer was clear in his mind. No matter what, he couldn't allow this to happen. Not now, not ever. Yi Hui sighed, his tone measured but firm. I'm sorry, Xiao Zhou, but I can't be with you. Zhou Xueming's heart sank. She stared at him, her face a mix of hurt and confusion. Why? Is it because you don't like me? Then why did you choose me to be your assistant? Yi Hui shook his head. Whether I like you or not has nothing to do with making you my assistant. I chose you because of your professional abilities. That's not true, she insisted. There are others in the company more qualified than me. You didn't pick them. You picked me. That means something. Her determination caught him off guard. For a moment, he considered her words. When he first promoted her, there had indeed been some personal bias. He enjoyed her energy, her clear and sweet voice that often brightened his otherwise cold and distant days. But this was exactly why he couldn't reciprocate her feelings. Xiao Zhou, he began, but before he could continue, she moved closer and wrapped her arms around him. The embrace was warm, tender, and utterly human. For a fleeting moment, Yi Hui felt a pang of longing, but the cold reality of his existence snapped him back. You're so cold, Zhou Xueming murmured, her voice tinged with concern. Why is your body like this? Yi Hui didn't move. He allowed her to hold him for a moment longer before softly speaking. Because, Xiao Zhou, I'm not like you. She pulled back slightly, her hands lingering on his shoulders. What do you mean? He met her gaze, his expression calm, yet somber. My body temperature isn't low because I'm sick. It's because I'm a vampire. The words hung in the air, heavy and surreal. Zhou Xueming froze, her arms dropping to her sides. Hey, a vampire? She echoed, her voice barely above a whisper. Yi Hui nodded, his face devoid of emotion. Yes, that's why this can't happen. I don't age, Zhou Xueming. While you grow older, I'll remain as I am. It's not fair to you. I can't give you the life you deserve. She stared at him, her mind racing. You're joking, right? She said with a shaky laugh. You can't be serious. Yi Hui didn't respond. He simply looked at her, his crimson-tinged eyes glinting faintly in the dim light of the car. Realization dawned on her. This wasn't a joke. Her breath quickened as a mixture of fear and disbelief swept over her. You're really, she stammered, unable to finish the sentence. Yes, he said softly. And that's why we can never be together. It's better for you to forget this ever happened. Tears welled in her eyes. You've known all this time? And yet you let me feel this way. I'm sorry, Yi Hui replied, his voice laced with regret. I never intended to hurt you. But this is the truth of who I am. The car fell into an uneasy silence. Zhou Xueming turned away, wiping her tears as she tried to process everything. Yi Hui remained still, watching her with an expression that was both sorrowful and resolute. Finally, she spoke, her voice trembling but firm. You should have told me sooner. You're right, Yi Hui admitted. And for that I'm sorry. Zhou Xueming didn't respond. She stared out the window, her mind a whirlwind of emotions. The man she had admired, respected, and loved was something she couldn't have possibly imagined. And yet, despite everything, she couldn't bring herself to hate him. As the car idled in the quiet of the night, both of them were left grappling with the unbridgeable distance between their worlds.
That brings this part of the story to a close. Thank you for listening to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please like the video and leave a comment with your suggestions. They are invaluable for improving the content. If you'd like to follow the story, remember to subscribe. This story is complete and spans 720 chapters, with new videos being released on a regular schedule.